Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a Divine Masculine Confessions reading. And so this reading is going to be for Divine Feminines out there on the twin flame journey. You are either in some sort of a separation, no contact, or challenge with this masculine. So we're going to be going very deeply into this masculine's energy and just bringing forth a bunch of different things. I did create a really big outline for this, plus I'm using a bunch of different decks. So as usual, as I shuffle each deck, I'll let you guys know what they are, and everything will be listed, down below if you guys are interested. If there are any of the decks that I've created, they will be available for purchase on my website. If you're international, please email me and I'll send you a special link to order them. So as usual, I think I just said this, take what resonates, you guys, and get rid of what doesn't. Today's little fabric here I'm using, it is from Joann's Craft Store. I just felt like tapping into some of my Halloween prints. And then today's Organite is created by my friend Michelle from Wing and Bell. This is the High Priestess Organite. So let's get started, you guys. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to focus on when this Divine Masculine met you, Divine Feminine, what was activated within him. So we're going to go into his mental space and see what was activated. So I'm going to be using some cards that I haven't used in a while. This deck here is called the Goddess Oracle. This is actually one of my favorite goddess decks that have ever been made. This is one that I got very early on, not my journey, but very early when I started reading tarot cards. It comes with the book. Amazing artwork. It's just very beautiful. And there's, of course, a lot of different goddess decks that have come out since then. But for some reason, I just really like this one a lot. This deck here, this is called a playing card oracle by a gal named Anna Cortez. This is a very specific system. I'm not using it that way today. I'm just literally using this as a playing card deck, but as reading it as tarot, not even playing cards, you guys. So you can do that. Whatever you guys have, whatever you guys are using, you don't have to use it the way that the creator intended. It's all up to your own interpretation. And this particular deck is called the Love and Tragedy Oracle. Some of the print on here is kind of small, and so if I struggle to read it, sorry, but I just felt like using these three decks here today to complement one another for the energy of what they felt when they first met you. So what was activated within this masculine and his mental space when he first met you. For some reason, the cats want to play around right underneath the camera, so they're already kind of moving things. I apologize. What was activated within your masculine, Divine Feminine, when he first met you? What was activated within this masculine when he first met you, Divine Feminine? In his mental space, in his thoughts. We have beauty. Oh, gosh. I'm not going to even attempt to say the goddesses' names, you guys, because I'm going to butcher them, so I'm just going to refrain. But yeah, that right there is this just a beautiful, amazing energy. What did he think? He just thought beauty. Absolute stunning beauty. Okay, that's what he was thinking. So that's amazing. So let's go ahead and get a playing card to go with this. What else was this masculine thinking? Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, this particular deck, though, says Sword of Enchantment, so I am going to take the oracle message as well. He was enchanted. Literally, he was enchanted by this feminine's beauty. That's so amazing. Now, the Seven of Clubs is the Seven of Wands for me when I use playing cards. The Seven of Wands is that card of just immediately feeling kind of like, whoa, backed up against a wall. Can I handle this? Is this something that I can take on? So I really feel like this masculine may have been somewhat intimidated by this feminine's beauty. That is what I am getting from this. What else? And we have ready. Interesting. It's like, am I ready for this? Am I ready for this Divine Feminine? So I'm going to read this, okay? It says, it has been a long journey, wondering where he was or she, if she would ever come for him. She closed or he closed himself. I'm trying to like read it from the masculine's perspective, and I'm kind of having a hard time, so I'm just going to stop. just let's apply it afterwards. Ready. It has been a long journey, wondering where he was, if he would enter, come for her. She closed herself off from the pain, but now in this moment, she was ready to open up again. Her shield. Look at this, you guys. The Seven of Wands is like we're shielding ourselves. Her shield had been lifted. An offering has been made. As she releases the energies and hopes contained for so long, she calls out to him now, finally ready for him to arrive. Wow, that is so deep, you guys. So what I'm seeing here is that this masculine, when he first saw and also like met the feminine, there was this very enchanted energy that he felt with her, just like so beautiful. But he also went into this mode of, am I ready for this? Am I ready to be moved this deeply? Am I ready to feel this much? So in some sort of a way, it's like she arrived and he felt ready in that moment. But I'm getting here that something happened. Something happened to cause this masculine to feel like he was not ready. Something happened to where he felt maybe a little insecure because of her beauty. Something happened. But he was definitely like a sword cutting through the air. It was just like undeniable, this beauty that he experienced when he saw this divine feminine for the first time. How beautiful. So now let's take a look and see what happened to his heart space. What was activated in his heart? What was activated in this divine masculine's heart? We have wild woman. Look at this. Okay, so first of all, a wild energy took over, a very passionate energy. Okay. This was an energy that was very enchanting. I just keep getting that because of that word there. So he felt a lot of passion. He felt a lot of desire for this feminine. He also, in his heart space, really loved how either free or also how just, in some sort of way, like untamed this divine feminine was, how independent she was, or just how she was different than anyone he had ever met before. So he really admired that. He really felt that energy. And I'm getting here, he wanted that energy for himself because she was so comfortable in her own skin. He loved that. He loved that energy about her. Okay. But it also frightened him as well. It made him feel insecure or insignificant because she had such fire. Look at this, you guys. Wow, 3 of Pentacles, which is 3 of Diamonds for me. It's a severed head. Okay, so what I'm picking up on, you guys, is this masculine immediately felt like this feminine could break his heart, could literally sever his head with that sword and break his heart and just destroy him. And it's not that he sensed any kind of, malicious or evil intent with this feminine, not at all. It was just because he felt so much. He felt so much for her. He was so moved by her. So he may have, after meeting her, after a short period of time, or maybe even a long period of time, he may have already gone into that mode of needing to sever himself from his feminine. Because what he was thinking and what he was feeling, it's like he had to sever the tie. He had to take his heart from his head and he had to disconnect, if that makes sense. So in his heart space, he was really moved. And he felt so much for her, and it was so intense that it's like he had to sever something, but he was afraid that he was going to be pierced, that he was going to be severed with this feminine. Now, the 3 of Pentacles aspect of this is that he actually felt in his heart space that they were a really good match. He did. He felt like they were a really good match and that they would be a really good team. That's the 3 of Pentacles, teamwork. But again, something happened to where his insecurities took over and it was an override of his heart and his head. We have responsibility and loyalty. So without even reading this card, I'm just getting here that he immediately felt like he was going to have to show up and put hard work and dedication into this connection. And he probably felt this way is because this feminine exudes this beautiful power. You know, he may look at her and see her as a queen. It's like in his heart space, he felt that he was going to have to be responsible. He was going to have to be different with this divine feminine. He was going to have to actually level up with her and show up for her. And he may not have felt like he could do that at the time. So I'm not even going to read the card because I'm just feeling like I already understand the message. And besides, the print's really small and it's really hard for me. But that's what I'm seeing here, okay? He definitely saw her as loyalty. He felt that in his heart space. He felt that she was very special. He knew he had to treat her a certain way. And if he was not ready for that, or if he was not secure enough with himself at that time, then he may have sabotaged this connection. Very much so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the physical world. So how did it affect their circumstances in the physical world? And what I mean by that is, how did it change their world? How did it affect perhaps their situations in the physical world, such as what they were doing with their lives, who they were spending time with, etc. Let's see. How did it affect their physical world? We have play. Look at that. So I do feel like perhaps that maybe before this feminine came along, this masculine was very much in this playful energy. And when they met, all of a sudden, it was just like, I was not ready for this. I was very much on this energy or this tip of just basically being casual and playing around. Maybe this masculine still wanted to play the field. And even when she came into his energy field, as much as he was moved by her, it's like he was not ready to settle down. And that's why we have this responsibility and loyalty. He knew that he was going to have to be responsible and loyal with this feminine's heart. So he may have cut it away before he could disappoint her. That is what I'm getting. We have Bethany, 10 of Cups. Exactly. You know, the 10 of Cups is commitment. 10 of Cups is about family. It's about like the ultimate love situation. I'm getting here that yes, he felt this, but he was not ready for this. He was not ready for her. So very much he continued perhaps to just be in that energy of playing, not taking things seriously, casually dating either her or other people, and just not wanting to take that responsibility at that present time. You know, this is past energy back then. So he may have continued to play around, even though they shared this 10 of Cups energy. Even though he may have seen her as the one, it didn't matter. He was not ready. And we have Caged Heart. Look at that. So I'm going to read this actually. It says, they cannot break free, even when they wish they could. Something or someone has a hold on them. So this is telling me, you guys, that this masculine may have had some sort of external pain outside of the feminine that caused him to feel like he could not 100% go down this road with her. This could have been an ex-partner, maybe even a karmic partner. It says they have wounds, but beautiful flowers growing around them just within their reach. That beautiful flower, you guys, is you, the divine feminine. It says, but their firm hold of the roots holds them hostage against their will. So this masculine, as much as he wanted to open himself up to this 10 of Cups with the feminine, he just could not do it. So he may have downplayed this connection, you guys. He may have said things like in the very beginning about how much the feminine was very important to him, how amazed he was by her, all these wonderful things, and then took it back later and even downplayed it and said things such as, I just got caught up, or we're just not on the same page. I don't feel the same anymore. There's something that happened where he started to downplay this energy with her because that was his A, defense mechanism, but B, that was his departure. That was his departure from this feminine, or slowly and gently letting her down, letting her know that he basically could not be responsible or loyal to her. And it was because of his already pre-existing condition of a caged heart. Okay? So let's now go into what energies did they take with them after either their departure or your departure from their life. After the separation, what did they take with them in relation to the feminine? What did this masculine take with him in relation to the feminine? We have feelings and emotions. So he did take something with him that caused him to feel, that caused him to go into his emotions. So he was affected, is what I'm getting here. He was affected by this separation. He was affected by this, stepping away from this connection. Very much. Yep, look at that, you guys. Sword of healing now. 7 of Cups. So I'm getting here also too that this divine masculine really became quite confused. So what he took with him was confusion. What he took with him was just that kind of feeling out of sorts. He also took with him, because the 7 of Cups to me is a few things. 7 of Cups is unrealistic thinking, wishful thinking, head in the clouds, procrastination, wanting to keep our options open, wanting multiple choices. So all of those things he could have taken with him. But what he did take with him, we have Sword of Healing. That's what that card says, to heal his emotions. So whatever he experienced with her, whatever what was brought up within him through their meeting, through their connection, he took with him in order to heal it later on. Wow, that's pretty significant. And we have the playing field. Look at that, you guys. We already had the energy of play in this reading, so it's interesting that it's actually coming up. So let's read this. It says, this card signifies someone who is untamed and never wants to be tied down. Look at that. Oh my God. Possibly someone who is a player, but more than not, it is a person who doesn't wish to be tied down or be in a committed relationship. I'm blown away. I'm blown away by the accuracy of these cards. This is crazy. Okay, so what this is telling us, Divine Feminine, is that your masculine, when he met you, he was already in this energy of play or a player. He was not expecting to feel what he felt with you, but he did. He felt very significant when it came to you in this connection. But the thing is, and you may have taken it personally. You may have said to yourself, well, if he had really loved me, or if I was really that great, he would have changed for me. People don't change for other people. Okay, they change for themselves. And if they do try to change for other people, it's inauthentic. It doesn't last. It's a disaster. So this masculine has a lot of healing to do. We can see this clearly. A lot of healing he has to do. And he took with him into this playing field. So he went off and he perhaps kept his options open. He may have unrealistically thought that he was going to go out there and he was going to be happy without his divine feminine, that maybe he was even going to find somebody just like his divine feminine, or maybe even better. Wrong. It didn't happen. It did not happen. And it won't happen. So I feel like he had to go and take this energy. He may have gotten really high off of this energy with this feminine, filled himself up, right? Felt like he was on top of the world, and then cut her loose. It does sound very cutthroat. It does sound very malicious, but I am just seeing perhaps that there's somebody here that needs to disconnect from their feelings. And when you disconnect from your feelings, right? When you're not healed in your emotions, you do tend to hurt other people because you're broken. And that's just what I'm sensing here with this masculine. So what did he take with him? He took all the feelings and all the emotions that he felt with this feminine. Maybe he thought he could go off into the world and choose something else, go into this playing field. But what I'm seeing is that this has exactly been what it's been. That's what it's been. It's just been a big field of emptiness, a big field of this prolonged healing that he needed to do when he was with her. So he just procrastinated this healing, Divine Feminine. He could have done it when he was with you, but he chose not to. He chose to separate from you or hurt you in a way to where you had to separate from him, so that way he could go into this playing field and figure it out. So that is what he took with him, Feminine. Everything that he felt with you, he is working on it right now. He is healing it right now. He is in that field perhaps right now, trying to figure it the fuck out. That's what I'm getting. So, whoa, that's crazy. So I'm going to try to keep everything in order just in case we need to go back and reference any of the older card or any of the cards that have come up. So the second thing that we're going to go into is, what is the biggest regret that they have? What is the biggest regret that they have with you, Divine Feminine? So we're going to go into the Hidden Truth Oracle cards by All Things Intuitive. We're going to combine it with my Twin Flame Journey Oracle and my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. So let's see what we get. We're going to get 3 cards. What is the biggest regret that this masculine has when it comes to the feminine? Biggest regret this masculine has when it comes to the feminine. I never told you that I was in love with you. So the thing is, Divine Feminines, if that doesn't resonate with you, because maybe this masculine actually did tell you he loved you, that he was in love with you. Some of you guys may have never gotten that though. So only take that if it resonates with some of you. I want to feel that way again. So this just confirms, you guys, that this masculine has not been able to duplicate this feeling with another person. He hasn't. He just hasn't. And I want to contact you, but I'm afraid. So this masculine is in no contact with this feminine at this time, and he is afraid of bridging that gap. So what is his biggest regret is that he does not have the strength or the courage to face her, that he cut her loose because he's never been able to duplicate this feeling, and that he regrets things that he didn't tell her, whether it was that he was in love with her or that he just didn't tell her how important she really was to him. So let's clarify some of this. So I'm going to move these over here. I never told you I was in love with you. Wow. This masculine, he's in a nostalgic state still with this feminine. He has not been able to let her go. Oh my God. We have the Hierophant's energy. So one of his regrets is that he never told her how he really felt. And when I see the Hierophant, this brings up a couple of things for me. This is about our belief systems. This is about integrity, and it's also about commitment. So he regrets not making this commitment to her. He regrets not acting in more integrity with her. He also regrets that he at the time was just not in that phase to where he could actually, that he believed in love. I'm getting here that when she came into his life, he was at a point where he didn't believe in love. So her energy and who she was and their connection, it threatened that narrative. And he didn't want that narrative to be changed. The narrative was love sucks. Love doesn't work out. Relationships or marriage or commitment are just no good. So he regrets being in that energy when they were together. He wishes that he could take it back. That is what I'm seeing with that card lineup. Okay. I'm also getting too, because this card does say spiritual advisement. It could be that since their connection, he may have really gone into his spiritual side, and he may be being advised currently by spirit when it comes to changing his belief systems and his ways. Now, I want to feel that way again, Divine Feminine. I want to feel the way that I felt when I was with you, but my pride and ego, it got in the way. It just got in the way. That's the thing. It got in the way of his feelings. We have Ace of Pentacles. What I'm picking up on this is that it could be that this masculine was too focused in the material world. He was too focused on the physical. He was either too focused on his own coins, achievements, success. He may have been chasing certain dreams. There could have just been other things that he placed importance over the feminine, and it had to do with the physical world. I want to feel that way again, Divine Feminine. I don't want to make the same mistakes that I made before. He wants to invest wisely next time with this feminine. He did not invest wisely in her. So that is a regret. And I want to contact you, but I am afraid. I feel like my hands are tied. I feel like I cannot. I may have victimized you too much. Will you ever speak to me again? This masculine has fear around this. Queen of Pentacles. He may see this feminine as a Queen of Pentacles now. He may feel like his hands are tied because she is not available anymore to him because she has moved on. That is for some of you. He may just see her as somebody who has grown beyond him. She has really done wonders for herself. She has nurtured herself. She loves herself. How can this feminine take this masculine back? This person that has hurt her so much, if she loves herself, he might be thinking that. So this masculine is afraid and his hands are tied and he's not making any moves right now because of that fear. But he sees his divine feminine. He sees her worth now. He sees that she's actually worth the investment now. And if he doesn't see it, as in he hasn't seen you in person, or he doesn't see you on, let's just say, social media, or doesn't really know anything about you, this is just something that he senses because perhaps there's an energy that he is still attached to you. And he just feels your shifts. He feels your positive shifts and changes and ascension. And it is hitting him in that way to where he just senses that you may be beyond this old energy, that you would no longer participate in this energy. That's just from his perspective. It doesn't mean that that's the truth. So that is what we have, you guys, for the masculine's biggest regrets with this feminine. So why don't we take a look and see if he could make things right? What would this look like? If he could make things right with you, feminine, what would it look like? We're going to go into Claire's story cards 1 and 2, my Arrows of Love Oracle, and the Love Compass Oracle. Okay? If he can make things right with you, Divine Feminine, what would this look like? If he can make things right with you, Divine Feminine, what would this look like? We have sorrow. Wow, look at this. This is a Divine Feminine that's just, you know, looking at all of the communication between the two of you. This is also the masculine that may be doing the same, feeling a lot of sorrow. We have secrets. So there could have been a lot of secrets that have really torn the two of you apart. But I'm also getting that this masculine is hiding how hurt he really is, or how sad he really is over this feminine. And we have autumn. So autumn or fall is a season. There could be that could tie the two of you together. That could be when you met or when you parted. This could also be perhaps if this masculine does try to rectify the situation, make things right, it could be in that season. Okay? So that's what it looks like. It looks like this masculine coming clean. It looks like this masculine apologizing for the sorrow that he caused. Let's take a look at sorrow. We have favorable outcomes, stars align. So I'm going to move these over here real quick. Okay, so what I'm picking up on here is that this masculine is waiting for the correct time. He's waiting for the right time for certain things to align, so that way there's more of a favorable outcome. So he could be waiting to receive something, or maybe understand something, or just wait a little bit more time. Trust your intuition. Yeah. He's trying to basically, just kind of trust himself at this point, trust what he's feeling. So it says, trust what you're feeling, listen to your intuition, what it's telling you about the situation or person. Your feelings are real. Trust that you can tune into your inner guidance and follow it. Everything you need is within. Follow your heart. This masculine is trying to follow his heart when it comes to this feminine. He is trying to trust his own intuition on when the timing would be right in order to come towards her. And I'm getting here an actual time, which is autumn. So hope that resonates for somebody out there. So now let's go into secrets. What is the secrets energy about? Okay, so we have tweet, messenger. I feel like maybe somebody actually spoke of secrets. There was some sort of a rumor or some sort of secret that came out. I feel like this masculine wants to apologize for this, or he wants to clear it up. I'm also getting that he may message this feminine. So what does this energy of trying to make it right look like? He may message her. Now, this could also be secrets. What I'm telling you, you guys, if this makes sense or would resonate for your life or your situation, this masculine could message you, but you don't know it's him. This masculine could also be in some sort of way posting things or saying things, and there's some sort of like secret hidden messages for you. Okay, this could be social media, just because I associate this card with Twitter, which is a social media, but it doesn't have to be Twitter. It's just social media, period. Message secrets. It could be also an apology for things that this divine feminine found out that were secret messages or something on social media. So I feel like he is going to explain something to her. So there's all kinds of dynamics coming through right now. So again, just take what makes sense. We have reconnection. This is about him wanting to reconnect with this feminine. So it's a secret right now that this masculine wants to reconnect with you, feminine. He's not making it known to you. He is trying to wait for better timing. It may be that he's trying to reconnect with you, but he's doing it in a secretive way, as in you don't know. Maybe you don't know that your masculine is perhaps around you, or maybe attached to a social media account, or talking to you actually, or maybe communicating with you in a small way. Sometimes people will do things like that in order to test the waters to see where a person's at in their headspace. And I know it might sound creepy. I'm not trying to say that this is like a creepy thing, but this could be some way that this masculine, this is the only way that he can connect to the feminine, is by perhaps maybe secretly sending her something. Now, I'm also getting this, if this resonates, if this masculine, let's just say, is in another relationship, or you're in another relationship, or both, this would have to be done in secret. And it's not about trying to create drama from the very beginning, but it's, I really want to make contact with you. I want you to know that I still think about you, or that I'm sorry. Okay? This is the only way that this masculine can reconnect with this feminine, is by doing it in a secretive way, doing it to where it's not going to disrupt his life or hers. So I'm going to read this card. It says, this is a reconnecting or healing of a relationship. A connection is reigniting, rekindling, and reviving. This could be a relationship reaching a different level. Expect a healthy shift, change, or growth. This may pertain to the healing of family issues. So I'm also getting too that he may apologize to this feminine for, like I said, things that he kept secret, things that he did not communicate to her. So what this looks like, this making things right, is explaining a lot of things that maybe didn't make sense in the past. That's what I see. So now we have the time frame of autumn. Yes or no? So I do feel like this masculine, when autumn hits, he's going to really ask himself, his intuition, his higher self, should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Literally. That's what we're getting. Should I reach out? Should I message this divine feminine? Is it going to be favorable, or is it going to cause more sorrow and pain for me, or even her? This masculine's on the fence, and we have resistance. Look at this, you guys. So this tells me here that this masculine is going to have a difficult time making this decision. It says you are not opening up to a situation or opportunity. Your soul is nudging you to move forward in a certain direction that is in alignment with your soul. This is the higher self of this masculine trying to push him to make contact with the feminine. Be willing to take the steps forward. Trust your intuition. The right path is revealing itself to you. Tear down these walls and barriers so that movement forward can occur. Look at this. I feel, you guys, that this masculine has actually already tried to make a decision to come towards you, feminine, but he chose no in the past. He chose for a more favorable time. So this masculine may have already tried or even like drew up some sort of a message already to send to his feminine, and he decided not to send it. I am seeing that. So it's like another year rolls by and he's in the same space that he was in. And it's like, you know, just that time comes around again. Is he going to do it this time? Is he going to do it this year for some? And I'm seeing he's really resisting this because it scares the crap out of him because of this energy. Sorrow or issues or something. So when the masculine goes to make things right, divine feminine, these are all the energies that he is dealing with. Hope that resonates, makes sense to someone. Okay, so what are their hidden desires and confessions? What are their hidden desires and confessions for you right now, divine feminine? So we did just get secrets. What is some of the secretive energy? This right here is the naked flame healing messages from Angelic Revelation 144, as well as her confessions of a runner. And we're going to combine it with the Opium Twin Flames Tarot by Fire Witch Tarot. Okay, so let's see what this energy is about. What is the masculine's hidden desires and confessions for his feminine at this time? We have Prince of Pentacles. Prince of Pentacles. We're going to get one or two more. Eight of Swords. So this masculine again is coming through with this tied and bound arms and hands, wrist. My hands are tied. And we have Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is about fulfillment, wish fulfillment, wanting something, wanting to create something. So let's see what the energies are surrounding these cards. The Prince of Pentacles is kind of like that Knight of Pentacles energy to me. This is slow moving energy. Somebody that may be very slow and methodical when it comes to the decisions that they want to make or the plans that they were making. What are these hidden confessions, hidden desires right now? I wish I told you how I felt about you back then. Oh my gosh, you guys, this already came up. This already came up at the very beginning of the reading. My feelings haven't gone away. They're still growing no matter how deeply I try to bury them. I am trying to find the words and gain the strength to express my truth to you soon. I'm just blown away. That's crazy, you guys. So let's get one of these cards. Okay, that's the one that wants to pop out. I am settling in my comfort zone. I am afraid of a whole lifestyle change. So that's why he's in the Knight of Pentacles energy. It's like he knows what he wants. He feels this, but it's like, I'm on cruise control right now with Knight of Pentacles. I'm just kind of cruising. I'm going at my own space. This feels comfortable to me. I'm just in my comfort zone. I'm afraid to make an entire lifestyle change at this present time. Yes, I have all these feelings for you, but my confession to you at this time is that I just don't feel like I can do this right now. So I'm on cruise control, and that's just where I feel safe. Now we have the Eight of Swords, but this doesn't alleviate this feeling of feeling stuck and bound This masculine is very much in his headspace about this feminine. That's Eight of Swords energy to me. Very tied up. Feels like he just really is powerless in the situation, which he really isn't, but he feels that way for some reason. He feels like his hands are tied. My hands are tied. Okay, we have, I am not running anymore. The only running I am going to do now is going to be towards you. So once this masculine breaks free from these fears and these shackles and these ties that are binding him, he is going to actually run to his feminine. He is going to come towards her. That is his confession, because that's what he really wants deep down inside. He just may not know how to make that happen right now. I come from a broken home. I can't handle another broken relationship. What this masculine is saying here is that there's something from his past, either in his home environment or what he experienced growing up. He does not want to duplicate this energy. He is afraid of that energy. He may have parents that have a certain type of a marriage. Maybe it's a marriage that he doesn't see as healthy. Maybe it's a marriage that he doesn't see as fulfilling. So it's just, he doesn't want to recreate that. So this could be a part of his fears of commitment to begin with, his belief systems, his thoughts about marriage and commitment to begin with. This broken home could also be abandonment issues. Maybe there was an absentee parent, or maybe even an abusive parent, or just a situation that was not pleasant or even satisfactory. So he's tired of being bound by this fear. Is tired of being bound by what he's just tired of being bound by it. And so once he is ready to rid himself from his past, I'm seeing here that he is going to run towards his feminine. And that brings us to the Nine of Cups, which is my wish, my desire, what I want, what's going to cause me to feel really, really satisfied and good in this life. I am worried that I'm not the person that you think I am. I know that I will be the best version of myself because of you, and I am inspired by your growth, and I want to level up to meet with you. So this masculine is actually worried that you think that he's a piece of shit. He's worried that you think that he is just so broken that he's not going to ever be able to level up with you. So his wish and his desire with that Nine of Cups energy is to prove to you that he has changed, to prove to you that he can be this divine masculine that he was not before. I feel safer keeping my distance. The thought and feeling of being hurt does frighten me. So, do you share this wish? Do you share this feeling that he can do it, divine feminine? So it's just safer for me to be on cruise control and keep my distance at this time. I'll wait for better timing is what I'm being told. I'll wait for better timing. Nine of Cups is also a card of somebody that's just kind of really taking the time to figure out what makes them happy. What they're feeling on their own. Do they feel satisfied being on their own? Do they feel good? Have they worked on themselves? Do they know how to make themselves happy? Are they feeling satisfied with themselves? This masculine may feel that he's not really satisfied with himself or his decisions in life. So he may be feeling that it's best to keep a safe distance at this time while he continues to get his shit together. That's what I'm getting to. So those right there, you guys, are your masculine's hidden desires and confessions right now. So why don't we now take a look and see, how do they exchange energy with you? How do they exchange energy with you? So this is going to be maybe certain things that you feel, divine feminine. This could be coming from the masculine. This could also be energy that he draws from you. This right here is called the Sacred Journey Healing cards. We're going to combine it with the Fire and Ice Lenormand cards. And this right here are my 2 messages decks, volume 1 and 2, Twin Flame Journey messages. I just like to combine them. So let's see. How do they exchange energy with you? How does this masculine exchange energy with this feminine? How does this masculine exchange energy with his feminine? We have stars. That's so beautiful because you guys already got stars aligned. You guys already got that card. Stars, right? Let me just grab it. Stars align. So there's something about this masculine. It could even be something such as he's looking up into the night sky, into the stars, and he's thinking of his divine feminine. That could be it. On this particular dice here, we do have Aries, Leo, Libra, and Scorpio. So those could be certain, like certain moon phases, like the moon could have been in any of those, or when it goes into those energies that he's really aligned with his feminine. He's really feeling this destined connection, this fated connection, kind of like it's only a matter of time before their paths just cross again. So I definitely am getting here that the way that he connects with his feminine, the energy that he exchanges with you, it's kind of like at some point he's waiting for your paths to align. It's like star-crossed lovers. He's waiting for your paths to cross again. And we have mask though. So there's this fear here. There's this mask. I'm masking this. I'm masking myself. I'm masking myself from what's destined for me. So you might feel feminine. You might feel up and down. You might feel up and down in your energy. There might be some days that you really, really feel good about your connection, and there's other days that you don't. What I'm getting here is that this is because this is coming from your masculine as well. It's not only your own energies that you're having to battle with, but your masculine is in this up and down energy. He's feeling afraid still. He's feeling afraid of this destined connection. It's like he feels pulled towards it constantly, but it's like he's fighting it at the same time. So you're really feeling this energy of tug and pull, and a lot of it is coming from him. See, I'm more affected than you know. So he's very affected by this connection, divine feminine. Very connected, no matter what kind of mask he puts on to you in the outer world. He might be trying to play a role right now where he's totally unaffected and, he's cool. Nothing's bothering him. Nothing's getting him down. It's bullshit. It's like he can run, but he can't hide. He can't hide from this connection. What else? Yeah, we have the future. So it's like I keep getting this feeling here from this masculine. It's only a matter of time before before your paths meet once again. He knows it. He wants it too. He actually does. He wants this reconnection. He wants your paths to cross again. He just doesn't know if he can create that. So it's almost like he's waiting in this weird realm of, if it's meant to be, we'll cross paths. Like he's leaving it up to destiny. He's leaving it up to fate. If I'm supposed to be with her, then our paths are going to cross again. And in a way, it's almost like a cop-out because he is afraid of the rejection. You could also be feeling that too, divine feminine. Oh, beautiful. We have the sun. So this is about, it's going to take the energy of the sun. Look, the sun and the stars. Oh my gosh. It's like the sun and the stars in the sky. This is something so magical. Something so magical here about this. So it says confidence, courage, success, and happiness. We know that this masculine is really struggling to have the confidence and the courage to face this feminine and come towards her so that way they can be together in their future. But we have consulting spiritual guidance. This masculine actually consults his higher self. He goes within. He may even meditate. It could be that he is into divination. Maybe he has gotten some sort of a reading or something on this connection. So he also taps into their connection through tapping into his intuition or the intuition of other people as well to gain some sort of clarity, which I do see the sun as a very clear energy, meaning it illuminates, it lights things up that are dark, that are mysterious, that are unknown and puzzling and confusing. Oh, wow. What else? I don't know if I can meet your expectations. We already know that this masculine is definitely feeling a little insecure. He felt insecure before. He still feels insecure. He's not sure if he can be what this feminine needs. He's not sure if he can honor her, be loyal to her, or be responsible for her. He's just not sure. So he's trying to gain clarity. And so feminines, the energy, this is the energy that he exchanges with you. You feel this, he feels it. This affects you. How you feel towards him affects him. Any kind of confusion, perhaps maybe you don't feel like you can meet his expectations. He's also picking up on this insecurity coming from you too. So it's like this exchange back and forth with you guys. It's this dance that you guys do in the dark and the light, the dark and the, it's like constant. All right, last card. We have Dreamcatcher. Your masculine is dreaming about you. You're dreaming about your masculine. You guys are definitely connecting in the astral plane. You guys could be also connecting through meditation as well. So there's definitely some energy here where you guys are pretty connected. I mean, obviously. You have a shared dream, though. That's what it says. Shared dreams, astral travel, lucid dreaming. You guys, lucid dreaming, of course, is like daydreaming to me. It's daydreaming. It's just fantasizing. It's about thinking about somebody, and you don't even really have to try. You're going about your day, and you're thinking of this person, like your masculine, your feminine. You guys are thinking about each other, and you guys aren't even really having to try. It just happens. It just happens because your souls are so connected. Look at that. The masculine is sending his feminine energy through dreams. So divine feminine, if you wake up from a freaking nightmare, or you wake up from the most incredible dream that you've ever had, and it contained your masculine, that's because there's certain things that are going on for him, and he's sending you that energy. And he may not know he's doing that. It's just happening because you guys are so energetically connected. I thought about reaching out to you, but I stopped myself. I'm getting here that your masculine wakes up from a dream and he really feels the need and the desire to reach out to you, feminine, but he stops himself every damn time. And on the bottom of the deck, I've got "we will be together again." So I really feel like this masculine does want to be with this feminine again, but there's all of these things that are stopping him at this time. So that is the energy that he seems to be exchanging with you. So let's see what he receives from you. Okay? Because if you're a divine feminine, you're very tapped into your masculine's energy. And I'm sure that you are either through just your higher self, or just even your dreams, or even through like meditation. You may send your masculine energy. Okay? You may send your masculine energy. So let's go ahead and see. I got to move my chair. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like. I've got all these other decks over here, you guys. Just bear with me. What does this energy look like? So we're going to be using from Jennifer Aquarius Tarot, her Sacred Ancient Wisdom Oracle, as well as her Flaming Roses Tarot. And I want to use from Angelic Revelation 144, You Have My Heart, Soul Lovers and Separation Oracle. So let's see what energy the masculine is receiving from his feminine, and how does it affect him. We have Gemini. Ooh. Well, Gemini, what does the Gemini represent? Twins. Okay. Now, this also indicates communication. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is about our mental thoughts. It's about our communication, what we're thinking, what we're communicating, and how that is being just absorbed. So the energy that I get from this, first of all, it's Gemini season. So I am feeling here through that card is that your masculine is definitely picking up on something that you are thinking about right now, divine feminine. So make sure that that energy is high vibe, because we can see how you guys can really affect one another in the dark energy and also the light. So why not make it light? That's my point. Why not make it light? So let's get this energy connected to this communication, this mental communication, thoughts. Oh, it's very loving though. It's very loving. The Knight of Cups energy, it's romantic, it's charming. You are sending a lot of love to your masculine, and he is feeling it, Divine Feminine. He is feeling it. It's actually causing him to feel quite romantic. It's causing him to be up in his feels. That's what I'm seeing here. It's causing him to be in his heart space. So your thoughts and how you're holding your masculine's energy is actually penetrating his heart. I believe the best is yet to come. Keep praying and stay positive and keep believing in us. See, you have not given up faith. You have not given up faith on this masculine. You love this masculine. This masculine is in your heart space so deep. You believe that everything that you guys have gone through, are currently going through, it's kind of like saving the best for last. And I keep getting that for this masculine. This masculine, deep down inside, it's like he envisions that he will end up with this feminine in the end. After everything is all said and done, and it's not like he's going to settle for the feminine because he's depleted and he's, worn out. It's not that kind of energy. But he almost feels like in the end, it's going to be them. One way or another, the universe is going to bring them together. And you might feel that way too. So your thoughts are definitely penetrating this masculine's heart. It's a beautiful energy because you believe in this love. You believe in him. You believe he can change. You keep praying. You keep staying positive about this connection. And he is feeling that. Oh my God, that's so amazing. So amazing. What else? Tell us more. We have new doorways open with new opportunities. So this door is continuously closing and opening, closing and open. I'm getting here, it's open right now. It's open right now in this moment. So feminines, your heart is open. Your masculine's heart is open. So if you're feeling your heart chakra just vibrating and it's so alive and it feels just so amazing, that's why. That's why. Yep, look at that. You're committed. Hierophant, you are committed to this contract. You are committed to this belief system. You are committed to this twin flame journey. Yep. You see this as your divine counterpart. This masculine is your spiritual partner. Okay, it says, I didn't think it was possible to feel this much. Thoughts of you fill my head. I mean, this right here, the thoughts of your masculine, yes, they fill your head, but what it's doing is it's opening the door of possibility between the two of you. So you think about this masculine a lot. You feel him in your energy. You believe in this connection. You didn't think it was possible, perhaps, for this door to open for this connection. But I'm getting here, the more that you put faith and that you believe in that, because the Hierophant is about your belief systems, the more you make it real for you. What we think, we create. So keep your thoughts very positive, Divine Feminine, because I am getting here that it's actually opening up doors in this masculine's heart. That's how it's affecting him. Last message. We have divine masculine. Exactly, because you see this person as your divine masculine. There is no question in your heart of who this is. You see him as your divine masculine. And we have the Six of Wands. I like this a lot. Yes, you could see your masculine is very prideful right now, but what I'm getting here, feminine, this is a you can do it. You can do it, divine masculine. I believe in you. I believe in us. I believe in us, and I believe that you will get there when the timing is right. I know you can do it, my love. Literally, the contract. It's so beautiful. When I am feeling low, I close my eyes and I feel your presence comforting me. I am so grateful for our mystical connection. Oh. So the thing is, depending on what's happening with the masculine, this feminine, all she has to do is close her eyes and imagine them together as one, imagining them, because they really are, you know, they truly are together, just not in this physical sense, but their souls are very connected. And so this is about her seeing the best in her masculine. This is her continued belief, almost like this masculine's cheerleader. This feminine is cheering him on that he can do it, that he can make it in this life, that he can make his way back to her. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So all she has to do is just close her eyes, and that presence of them together is comforting to her. So if she doesn't see this happening with her physical eyes in the physical world, the physical reality doesn't match up with what she's feeling, just close your eyes, feminine, because that's where it's at. It's inside of you. It's inside of you. And your masculine feels that too when you do that. Oh my gosh, how amazing. Okay, so now we're going to go into what pain has this masculine experienced since he has separated with his divine feminine. So this is kind of like the energy of, has this masculine learned? Has this masculine understood his wrongs? Has this masculine ascended since he has separated with this divine feminine? That's really what this is about, okay? So what cards are we going to use for this? I've got, okay, here we go. We're going to use, let me just grab them. Where are they? Okay, so this is a new deck for me. It's from Rising Sun Oracle. This is her first Oracle deck. It's called the Soul Activation Oracle deck. We're going to combine it with the Divine Love Affirmations from Angelic Revelation 144, and we're going to also use the Rohrig Tarot. So this is going to be ways in which this masculine has either experienced, I'm so sorry, you guys, I'm jumping ahead. You know what, we're just going to go ahead and keep it, and I'm just going to go back to what I wrote here. This is actually the healing. What is the healing and the ascension that this masculine is currently addressing? Because what I had before this was, what pain has this masculine experienced? And you know what? I did it in order for a reason, because it doesn't really make sense to go to the healing before we have not seen what he's experienced. So just give me a second. Give me a second. I'm so sorry. Okay. What did I choose for this? Okay, here we go. Scratch that, what I said. Just forget it. All right, let's go into this first. Oh, my music stopped. Alexa, play Marina Ray. Yes, I know. Did I turn your Alexa on, you guys? Okay. All right. What pain has this divine masculine experienced since he has separated with his divine feminine? All right, here we go. This right here is from, these two cards, or two decks, are from Aqua, Moonlight, the Untold Truths of the Heart Oracle, and the Untold Messages of the Heart Oracle. What pain has this masculine experienced since being in separation with this feminine? This would be like triggers, anything that he has. You know, remember in the very beginning of the reading? What did he take with him? He took emotions. This is going to really spell out what this has been about. Okay, so he definitely feels the distance. The distance, the barrier, separation, and space between the two of them. Literally. Okay? He feels that for sure. So the pain, he has experienced pain in the separation. He experiences this distance from her. He feels cut off. He feels very distant from his feminine. So it's been painful for him. It's been painful for him to be in separation with this feminine, for sure. Mistake. I made the wrong turn, and I honestly, the grass was not greener over there. Whoa. Because I did get some of this energy in the very beginning of the reading where this masculine may have kind of thought that he could go off and duplicate this connection with someone else, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It did not happen. So he was sadly mistaken when he could not duplicate this with another. This right here is my Mystic's Midnight Oracle. We have Haunted House. Oh, that's so cute. It could be that you guys, whenever this card comes up, I always say this, like, if you guys had met around Halloween time and we did get the autumn energy, you guys could have, you know, gone to some sort of a theme park or haunted house or did something that was entertaining during that period of time. And so this has been, like, through the distance, he may think about that memory, and that could cause him some sort of pain. Like, wow, you know, you guys had a really good time at that point in your connection. But what I'm getting here is that this has caused him to go into his own house of horrors, going into those, the skeletons in the closet, right? Facing those fears. So he has had to definitely face something feminine throughout this separation. This is my Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. What else? Yeah, up in flames. I feel like this masculine, he lit the match and he walked away. Or maybe you did, feminines. But this pathway here, you can see that stairs. You can't get past that. It's up in flames. It's done, baby. Anything that was in the future has been ruined. So this pain that this masculine has felt is that he burned this bridge with you. That's what that card means. He's burned the bridge. And the grass just wasn't greener on the other side, even though he thought it might have been. It wasn't. So that's the pain that he's experienced since your separation. Let's continue. What else has this masculine felt since being separated from his feminine? Sorry, I got a string from the bag here. Let's get rid of that. Okay. These two want to pop out, so we're just going to take them because they flipped out. So we'll take this one that's on top first. We have trapped, stuck, tied down, captive. So this masculine has experienced some sort of feeling bound. It's come up with the Eight of Swords, and it came up with the victim card with the hands being tied. Bound, captive, trapped, forbidden. Even though we shouldn't, I still want you. So, okay, you guys, this is only going to make sense to you if this is your situation. If it's not, don't worry about it. If feminine, if you or him or both of you are in other relationships and he knows it, this is why he feels stuck. This is why he feels like he can't move forward. Okay? Even though we shouldn't, I still want you. Man, oh man. Ooh, Krampus. Love Krampus. We have discipline, abuse, and batter. So at the end of the day, the pain that this masculine has felt, he's definitely been disciplined. He's definitely had to pay the price for the decisions that he's made. And he might even at this point feel battered by life. Beat the fuck down, literally. Okay? Things may be falling apart. Really getting it. Really getting it. Seven of Cups. So remember how he took the Seven of Cups with him? Let's go back to the beginning of the reading. What was the energy he was going to take from the feminine with him? Seven of Cups. Well, guess what? This card is Seven of Cups in my deck. Seven of Sorrow. It's just optical illusions at this point. You don't even know what you're looking at. You don't even know what the hell why you did what you did. You don't even know what the hell you were thinking. What you thought you wanted. It didn't turn out to be all that. So this is what this masculine has had to experience, you guys. So now let's go with the last card, Rejection. This irrational fear that perhaps this feminine would say no. that he would dismiss her, that she has just walked away and completely forgotten all about him. This is pain that he's experienced in this separation. And we have ring, I promise you. I do feel some of you, this is only if it resonates, that someone has moved on. Someone is either married or somebody has promised themselves to someone else. And so this is, you know, it's this fear that this connection cannot be because of a commitment that has been made elsewhere. Only take it if it resonates to you guys. It also is about maybe this masculine now wanting to come forward and promise this feminine this time that I want to be with you, that I want to make this commitment with you, but he fears that this feminine will say no. I feel like he wants to propose something to her, no matter if it's marriage or not, or a commitment. He just wants to propose something to her with that ring, and he is afraid that she is going to dismiss him and say no. Yeah, see? Invitation. I want to invite the candelabra. I want to invite you. I want to extend something to you. I'm afraid you're going to say no. So there's a couple of messages for different people out there. Wow. And we have the Hanged Man, sacrificial. At the end of the day, this masculine sacrificed this feminine. It's like a sacrificial lamb, a lamb, you know, on the slaughter. This is definitely something that, this is definitely something that I also feel too. Will she sacrifice? Will she make a sacrifice for me? Will she say yes to me? It could be sacrificing a lot on her end. She would have to give up a lot to even say yes to me. This right here is some kind of pain that this masculine is experiencing right now. There also could have been maybe perhaps throughout your separation that you guys saw each other. You guys saw each other in a public venue somewhere, and it brought up some sort of fears, and he may have acted like he just didn't care, but it's not true. So he may have had to experience that pain as well. But all I know is at the end of the day, this masculine, he has a lot of fear. He has a lot of fear and a lot of pain connected to this feminine. So that is what we are seeing. So now let's go back into the energy that I tried to tap into. Let's do it in order now. Okay. Let's do it in order. So we're going to go into these decks again. The Soul Activation Oracle deck by Rising Sun Oracle. Divine Love Affirmations from Angelic Revelation 144, and the Rohrig Tarot. What healing and ascension is the masculine currently addressing? So we know the fears and we know all the darkness and all of that pain that he has experienced since being separated from his feminine, but what is being activated in him currently for ascension and healing? What is he addressing when it comes to healing? We have teach. Okay. So I feel this, this energy that this masculine is tapping into that has to do with him learning something. He could be learning some sort of spiritual principles. He may be applying a certain spiritual philosophy to his life. He's willing to be a student. He's willing to be a student, and he's willing to open up his higher self in that crown chakra area to absorb the messages or the teachings of the universe. That's what I'm getting here. It's like spiritual teaching, to be in harmony. Look at that, to open up his heart chakra. We already know that his heart is open right now with the feminine, but of course it takes more than the feminine to aid in this healing. It not only takes the universe and the feminine, but it also takes this masculine to do the work. It's a co-creative situation. And we have worthy. Am I worthy? Look at that. Root chakra. What I have, who I am. Am I worth it? Am I worthy of this? Am I good enough? This has been following this masculine around this entire reading, that he does not feel good enough for this feminine. This right here is the King of Wands. Look at that. The King of Wands is a really strong masculine, a masculine that's very worldly, who has lived, who knows himself, who derives wisdom through his experiences. This masculine is open to the teachings of the universe right now. That is what I am seeing. So this masculine is on frickin' fire on his own. He may not have that strength and courage to face the feminine, but he is working on it. I'm going to tell you that right now. I honor my eternal spiritual and physical vows with my divine partner. Look at this. So he can honor this connection finally. So he can honor it in this life. So he can honor her, his queen. He felt this when they first met, but he was not able to honor her at that time. But he is working on it now, divine feminine. Harmony. Look at this. The Hierophant has come up, I think, several times now. This is about his belief systems, aligning himself with integrity, acting with more integrity, being a better person. What does he truly value? Is he living by those standards? You know, we can have certain belief systems, right? But are we actually living by those principles? Are we in harmony with these principles? We can act spiritual all day long. We can throw out a bunch of spiritual jargon and read a bunch of spiritual books and all this other crap, but it doesn't make us spiritual. Are we actually practicing these principles? So this masculine right now is aligning his heart with what his higher self is trying to teach him. He is open to these teachings, divine feminine, for his healing. I look beyond the surface of my divine partner to truly appreciate their true beauty and appreciate their deep, complex layers. So this helps this masculine to harmonize any kind of uncomfortable things that came up with this feminine. So if he judged this feminine on the surface, okay? If he judged this feminine on the surface because of maybe certain things that she said or did, certain things about her, that could have happened. He could have judged this feminine. Now, judging this feminine could be that he just assumed that she was a certain way because of what she had, what she owned, the way that she was, the way that the experiences that she had, from the past. He could have judged the book by its cover. And when we do that, we immediately put up our guard, which I did see for the Seven of Wands energy connected to their first meeting. Beautiful, lovely, right? That's what I want. But a wall went up and immediately he may have judged her. And why do we judge people? Because we are afraid, because we don't understand. There's something in us that we are uncomfortable with. We don't want to face it. And so we project something onto another person. So this masculine is deeply going within his own heart space to heal, to see how perhaps the way that he's been looking at things, his belief systems, his philosophies on life have not served him. So now he's going through and he's slowly peeling his own layers. So that way he can appreciate her and her complex layers. You cannot accept people if you cannot accept yourself. You will always see other people as wrong. You will always see other people as hurting you. You will always see other people as bad if you do not own your own shadows. If you do not go within yourself and peel out those layers of all those things that make you up as a human being, you're going to constantly judge other people for being human. And I feel like that could have happened in this connection. This masculine unfairly judged this feminine. And now he's having to go deeply within himself. And when we judge other people, it's because there's something going on with us. It's always that. I know we may not want to accept that, but it's true. So This masculine has committed to working on himself, is what I'm seeing here. So now this brings us to the very beginning, the root. What's the root of the issue? Where does it come from? Why do I feel this way? Why do I have these belief systems? This masculine is wanting to step outside of the norm. He's wanting to step outside of anything that he's been taught so far about life. He's wanting to go back to the seed of it all and dig it up and replant it. And we have Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands here, he could see his feminine as a Queen of Swords. She's very strong. She's not going to put up with his shit. Maybe she was the only feminine in his life that didn't put up with his crap because she was worth more than that. Okay? But this has really helped this masculine to grow. Her harshness, perhaps, her wall that she has put up against him, maybe her Queen of Swords energy of cutting him out of her life, this has actually done this masculine wonders because it's really forced him to have to go within himself. Separation can sometimes be the biggest blessing of all. My divine partner is my perfect mirror. We reflect the light and the dark. Look at that. I just said that within each of us for powerful healing and transformation. I am grateful for our divine love relationship anchored in true, pure, unconditional, and eternal love. So this masculine can now look at himself in the mirror and see certain things about him that he may have judged this feminine on. He's taking ownership. He's taking responsibility. He's looking at himself and he's saying, damn, I actually wasn't I wasn't that perfect after all. I wasn't all that like I thought I was. You know, it's that kind of energy. Man, I would have kicked my ass to the curb too. I would have cut my ass off too had I acted this way towards myself. So this masculine realizes that this feminine had to go into either a ghost mode with him, cut him off, or remain silent and strong with him because she was not going to put up with this energy until he could see for himself on his own that the way that he treated her was either hurtful or unfair. It's like he wasn't going to see it until he saw it on his own. And I'm seeing that this is happening and has happened. So now we're going to go into what are the visions and the thoughts that this masculine has about his feminine before he actually lays his head to rest at night. What comes up for this masculine? When he puts his head on that pillow, what's in his head? What's in his head? What's he thinking about? What does he take with him into the dream world? Because we can already see that they're very connected by their dreams. What does he take with him connected to the feminine? This right here is my Signs from Spirit Love Oracle. This is the Connections for the Modern World and Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck. What does this masculine take with him before he goes to bed at night? Well, we have voices, we have fears, goblins, nightmares. Look at that. So he definitely takes some sort of fears with him, divine feminines, and he will have a nightmare about your connection. He'll have a nightmare about just some sort of a negative feeling that he takes in with him to the dream world. We have refined. But this is good though, because when I see refined, this means we're refining our skills, we're working on ourselves. In what ways can we improve? So it's kind of like the shadow work actually may be coming through his dreams. So it's giving him an opportunity to think once he wakes up on what he needs to face, why that fear came up, why he's having that nightmare. Look at that, shark survival. So, you know, a shark is, first of all, alone. Well, actually there's two different, I guess, meanings behind that. A lone shark, or just, you know, like a lone wolf, like somebody who's alone. I feel like this masculine has survived for quite some time being on his own and being alone and putting this hard exterior against himself. And so these are the types of things that are popping up for him when he goes into this dream space, is that it's giving him an opportunity to work on himself, why he might feel alone, why he's in separation with this feminine. So these fears come up, these dreams kind of play out certain scenarios that cause him to examine this. We have Spirit of the Gargoyle, intimidation, guardian, and protector. So these feelings where this masculine does not feel good enough also comes up. It also comes up. Certain things play out in his dreams that cause him to work on himself, to refine himself. How does he want to improve himself? We have community. That's beautiful. I feel also too that there's, it's not just the feminine that he's dreaming about, but there's other people in his life that also pop into these dreams. And so they might, in some sort of a way, cause him to reflect on the connection with the feminine. Kind of like other connections that he has built with other people are coming through. And it's like, it's a theme, and it's a theme that's bringing up this work that he may need to do on himself. How he has guarded his heart and protected his heart, even with other people, not just with the feminine. This is a real problem for this masculine. And we have voyage. So how can I take off from that energy? But this is, to me, is an escape. I want to escape. I want to escape from out of this space. I don't want to be in that energy anymore. But this is also about ascension too. The rocket is going up and is ascending upwards out of this world. So this is about ascension to me, leveling up. So this definitely refining skills and ascending is actually happening through the energies that he feels connected to his feminine, that he is actually bringing in with him in the astral plane. Okay, what else? Last message. Ooh, Goddess of Night. Oh my God. Spirit of Hecate. Whoa. Okay, so this is telling us here that this masculine, he may be bringing forth some sort of dreams that are connected to her. It's like a ghost haunting him at night, but I'm also getting ghost in the sheets. And so this is actually going to, go into the next portion here of the cards, which is going to really tap into some of that energy. Okay. All right. We have appreciation. It's giving him an opportunity to really appreciate what he lost, to really appreciate just anything that he should have appreciated more when he had her. Yeah. Wow. We also have a spiritual awakening. So he is literally spiritually awakening and ascending when he is dreaming of the feminine. So he's supposed to be haunted by this feminine. She is a part of his ascension. She is a part of him taking responsibility for his actions, not only with her, but also other people, you guys. This is not just about the feminine. This is about who this masculine is at, just as a whole. So let's go into some of those sexy little, because I did get that, the ghost in the sheets. Let's go into the energy. If you're not interested in this kind of energy, just skip over this and just go to the next portion of the reading. We are going to go into the Twin Flame Hunger Vampire Edition from Fire Witch Tarot, the Sexy Lenormand deck, the Love and Lust cards, again by Fire Witch Tarot, and the Astral, which is totally appropriate here, the Astral Intimacy Oracle by Angelic Revelation 144. Whoa. So let's get into these energies here. At night, when this masculine is dreaming about this feminine or fantasizing about her, because we just saw it, what does this energy bring up? What is this bringing up for this masculine here? Ooh, we have buffet. We have feeding off of multiple lovers. That's kind of interesting. We're going to go ahead and clarify that. We also have you're constantly on my mind and seducing my memories. Whoa. And no one can satisfy my hunger like you. Yeah, we already know that. We already know that, divine feminines. Oh my. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some more energies here. We have mountain. There's an obstacle. Okay, so feeding off multiple lovers. What I'm getting here is that when this masculine is thinking about this feminine, he might be thinking that she is with someone else. So that is also something that creates a nightmare for him. So it's like he dreams about her, but he also has it in the back of his mind that she may be with other people. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. We have birds. So this is about wanting to communicate, conversations, but nervous about it. You're constantly on my mind, seducing my memories. And like birds, I want to stir things up. I want to talk. I want to communicate. So that's coming up too. And we have, see, communication. There's something about words here. There's something about perhaps the feminine's mind and the way she communicates with this masculine that he really likes. This really turns this masculine on. So it's not just a sexual, physical thing. There's some kind of mental chemistry that he has with her as well. So he thinks about this. He actually might even, he might think of things that like she said to him before that really turns him on. I'm getting that too. But there's a challenge though with other lovers. So he either worries that there's someone else or knows that there's someone else. Or that, and I'm just putting it out there, you guys, please just take it if it resonates. This might not make you happy, but even if he is with other people, I'm getting here he's fantasizing about you when he's with other people. Deep, slow, and sensual, or hard and fast penetration. Whew. Okay, so yeah, if there is any kind of energy here between the two of you where, well, I don't want to say it's between the two of you. If there's other people that people are being intimate with, I just feel as they're penetrating other people, they're thinking about you. That's just what I'm getting here for that one. Now, this could also be just the energy that it was exchanged between the two of you before. Sometimes he thinks about being slow and passionate and romantic. And then there's other times where it's just hard and fast. You know, there's just like a little bit of both of those energies going on. Like multiple tastes that he has for this connection with you. Okay, so we have this card here, booty. So there could be something about the butt that he just really, really, really thinks about. Like he could just really love that, you know, love that about you, like your backside or something to do with that. But there's definitely where you seduce him perhaps with your curves or just looking at you. He could also have some sort of a photograph of you that looks somewhat like that, where you're in heels and you're wearing nothing else but heels, if that resonates. We have that. Okay. Woo. So, yeah. This is about, you know, an equal exchange of give and take. This is about both people being connected at the same time and feeling something at the same time. So it's that mutual energy here. No one can satisfy me but you. I want to give to you just like you give to me. I want to connect. I really want to connect with you is what I'm getting here. You're my beautiful little secret. So, you know, I'm telling you, you can't make this up. In secret, it's a secret. You know, I don't want to make people look bad, but someone is fantasizing about someone when they're with someone else. If they're with someone else. But if there is no one else, don't worry about it. It doesn't mean that there is. It just might be that in secret, they're literally thinking about you and they're feeding off of this energy that they get from you when they fantasize. This card is here to tell you that this person loves it when you are in control. There's something about the way that you talk to them, what you say. Your energy could be very dominant, and they freaking love it secretly. It's like their secret fetish. They love when you are just taking control, or when you are just in your dominant, empowered feminine energy. They love it. They think about that. They think about you being in control, or you taking the reins of a situation. It really turns them on, or turned them on before. And we have expect to be surprised by somebody you haven't seen in a while. See, letter, communication. Only you can satisfy my hunger because you're the only one for me. I can't duplicate this with anyone else. You're the one. Wow, you guys, that's pretty crazy. So that is some of that dream energy that's coming through that is connected to your masculine. So now let's take a look and get the energies here of what does he pray for? So what does he really, really want? What does he pray for? What does he really, really want when it comes to this connection? So we're going to go into, let's see here. Let me just grab the energies here. Messages of love. Vintage. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. I had all these card stacks. Perfect. This is the Vintage Stamp Love Oracle. This one right here is called the Messages of Love from All Things Intuitive. And this one is the Journey of Love 1 and 2 by Bridget. So what does he pray for? What does this masculine desire the most at this time? What does he want, as in maybe it would take a miracle for this to happen, so he prays for it when it comes to his feminine. We have new love. I'm just getting here that he wants this new chance with his feminine. He really, really wants that. We have the energy of freedom. And we have love language. Interesting. So communication comes up again with this. So this says destiny is guiding you to new love. Trust your intuition. So remember, you guys, this masculine got that destiny and fate and trusting his intuition with the stars being aligned. So he prays for this guidance. He prays for the time to strike. He prays for their reconnection to align. We also have freedom. Love can only flourish and grow in freedom. Create space to receive more. Truly, madly, deeply. I think there's a song from that band, Truly, Madly, Deeply. I can't remember what it is, but it's coming through right now as a channeled message. I don't know if that makes sense to somebody. And then we have speaking each other's languages nurtures love to grow. So this masculine prays to have freedom, like to be in a connection with this feminine, to speak the love language, but be free to be themselves and to just really connect with her in a way that he's never connected with another human being ever. Like he wants this new kind of love. He wants a different kind of love. He wants a deeper love. He wants a higher love. A love that he hasn't experienced before. A love that he felt that spark with her long ago, but he ran away from it. It's like he wants a new chance to have a redo. He wants a redo. Why? Because he feels this soul connection with her. That's why. He feels that she's the one. He feels that she is his true love. This love is it hits me emotionally, physically, and unconditionally. This person is the one. This is the person that I feel like I can be myself with. This is the person that I feel loves me unconditionally no matter what. Even though, yes, he still has those fears he needs to work through. But it's like you speak his love language. There's something about the way that you communicate with him or the way that you allow him to be himself that he just loves. He loves your unconditional love towards him. And he may not always believe it, but he also loves that you have put your frickin' boundaries up and that you've been the Queen of Swords. I'm telling you, this already came up. He loves how you put your foot down and you wouldn't allow him to just bulldoze you any longer. Maybe he did at one time, but you put your boundary up with him. You got into that Queen of Swords energy and you said, no more. You're the first person to do this with this masculine successfully. You're the one, Divine Feminine, to teach him this lesson, to help him to be a better person in this life. So now we have, I love you. I love how you can always make me laugh, humor. So again, he loves something about this feminine's personality. It's not just about the physical. Even though he sees her as very, very beautiful, he loves her sense of humor. She may be kind of raw. She may be kind of, again, wild woman, just kind of out there, but she's comfortable in her own skin. She doesn't really maybe care what other people think. She's just herself unapologetically. He might really like that. He might just love how they can just laugh together, right? And then we also have separation. See, this time in separation has taught me so much. I would not have learned these lessons had we not gone into separation. I would not know how much you really meant to me had I not lost you. You don't know what you have until it's gone. That is the message. And I've wanted you the moment that I saw you, seduction. So again, it was never a question of desiring you, feminine. It was never a question that you weren't good enough. It's just that this masculine was broken when you met him. And that is what caused this separation. That is what caused most of these issues. And this isn't to put it all on him. There could have been certain things that you also had to heal and get through as well. Remember, this connection is about the both of you, not just one of you. So that is what we have. So we are going to end this reading now. What is the pathway forward? What are things that need to be dealt with? They must be dealt with for this union to take place. Okay. We're going to go into the Reclaim Your Power Oracle cards by Anthea Spark, my Twin Flame Angel numbers, and my sister's deck, Queen of Light 1111's Divine Connections Oracle. Let's get into it. What must be dealt with? What must be dealt with, healed, faced, released for union to occur for this connection? We're going to actually grab 5 cards. I'm feeling 5 for the very end here. We have the Empress. Well, first of all, the Empress the feminine must be embraced. Not only does she have to love herself, but this masculine has to let her nurture him. He has to let her in. That has to happen. Absolutely has to happen. And we have rebirth. So that way they can have a rebirth. That way they can get to the next phase in this connection. That absolutely has to happen. We have 64. You have to try to see things from your twin flame's perspective in order to gain a better understanding. And I feel like this feminine is holding space for her masculine and that very unconditional energy. She nurtures the connection. She knows that he needs to grow. So she does see things from his perspective to gain a better understanding. She doesn't take it personally. If she did at one time, she's already cleared these energies or she's currently clearing them because she knows that that doesn't help the connection to stay in a victim mentality. She doesn't blame. She doesn't hold hatred for her masculine. It doesn't help. So she has rebirthed herself, which also helps to rebirth this connection. We have Goddess of Love, deep intimacy. So a lot of feminine's energy is coming through here. This feminine really holds in her space, in her energy field, the love of this connection that helps it to ascend and grow. It doesn't mean that the masculine doesn't feel this. It just means that she is the stronger out of the two in order to carry this connection, to continue to carry this connection. So we've got deep intimacy. She has this orb of light of the connection. She holds on to it. Now she's not holding on to it as in she's desperate, that she can't be happy without it, that she's putting her life on hold, that she's, not doing anything except for sitting in bed waiting for the masculine. That's not what we're talking about. That's not an empowered feminine. Okay. We're talking about a very empowered feminine that's going out and doing shit. She's growing. She's making things happen. So let's go ahead and get a clarification here. See, that would be the distorted feminine. I almost said that. That would be a feminine that is distorted. That would be a feminine that is feeling tied down. I can't break free from this connection. I can't move on. I can't see anything past my divine masculine. I can't be happy unless I'm with him. That is a distorted feminine. That needs to be healed. That needs to be let go. Any kind of feelings where we're desperately holding on. We're desperately waiting for our masculine to return to get moving with our lives. Not a good thing to do, divine feminine. Do not put all of your happiness into your masculine's basket, because the thing is, if he continues on this path of fear and continues on this path where he is still feeling like he can't come forward, then that's just more time that you're not participating with life, and that you're also missing out on opportunities to grow in other situations. And I'm not talking about being with other people romantically if that's not what you want. I'm talking about just participating in life. If you're in bed and you're crying and you're waiting on account of this masculine to return, you're not participating in life. So that cannot happen. It can, but it's not going to help you. You're going to be distorted. You're going to be bound. You're actually going to be bound like the masculine is bound right now. You don't want that divine feminine. You want to be in this divine feminine's energy, not this one. You see? 404, what is meant to be is never going to be held back from you. Have faith that spirit is taking care of everything. See, at the end of the day, when we are in pain, when we are just feeling this longing to be with our masculine, that's a normal feeling because of the connection. But what's not normal is to be so fearful that if we let go and we live a little, that we're going to lose the connection. Impossible. Have more faith that there is a bigger, greater plan for this whole situation. So when you have faith and you put your hands, you put your hands or the faith into the hands of the divine, then you aren't going to be afraid to live. You're not going to be afraid to do something else or focus on something else right now. Some people feel that as long as they're 100% plugged in every day and focused on this connection every single moment of every single day, that somehow that's doing a good thing for it. And in some ways, being connected in a very high vibrational way to your twin is very nurturing, yes. But if it's causing you to now not be able to pay attention to your everyday responsibilities or even participate in other areas of your life that you should, that's when you're doing yourself and also just this connection to disservice. So what is the next one? We have King of Family, together forever. Wow. So in order for this energy to pop up, we have to make sure that we don't stay in that energy. I get this though with the divine feminine, and this again, only take it if it resonates with you. If you are with another partner and you are not happy, okay? If you feel like this person is not, your person, you're going to have to take care of that at some point. If you're with someone just out of comfortability or out of fear because you don't want to be alone, or because you chose this person because you're masculine, left or went into another direction, you've got to deal with that divine feminine. I don't know why, but the divine feminine keeps coming up here. And this doesn't mean that you're responsible, that you have all the work to do in order for this pathway forward to come into union with your masculine. But for whatever reason, it's because I'm talking to divine feminines through this reading. It's probably why it's coming out this way. You've got to let go of something that might be standing in the way. And that's only if you already know that that's what you should do. Maybe this reading is going to confirm that for you. This also could be an energy here that, you also have choices. The choices that we make, we have free will. You can perhaps continue to be on this energy elsewhere. Maybe you are happy with a soulmate. Maybe you are happier with a soulmate right now. Again, at the end of the day, don't let anybody, I don't care who the hell they are, don't let anybody tell you what you've got to do or what you should be doing on your journey. Your journey is individual for yourself. Only you are going to know what feels right. So trust that, okay? But if there is an issue and something is blocking you and you are afraid to let go of another partnership out of security or whatever, I'm getting that you've got to face this divine feminine, because this is perhaps standing in the way of a possible union with your masculine. Now, you're not ditching somebody to get something. No, that's not what we're talking about. This is if you're already feeling like something isn't lining up with your true heart. You got to pay attention to that. 1, 2, 3, 4. A forward momentum is beginning to take shape in this connection. So again, if we want momentum in this connection, we've got to clear up certain things that are not working, that are not serving, okay? And if this is not another partnership, this could literally be breaking family ties, breaking family traditions. Something that is holding you back, divine feminine, needs to be released. That's what I'm seeing here. We have heart charge, love and desire. What do we love and desire? Okay, what do we love and desire? What charges up our heart? What makes us feel alive? We have the sun god, okay? So what is the sun? Well, the sun god is actually masculine's energy. This masculine charges up your heart. This masculine makes you feel alive. If that's where you feel like your heart needs to be, then you have to pay attention to that. There's a reason. We have 5-5. You can reserve your right to say no. Enabling toxic behavior serves no one in the end. So this is the thing. I'm getting two different messages here. Yes, you want your masculine. Yes, you want this perhaps maybe now. But there's something about not wanting to repeat history. So if that means that you have to continue to say no right now, then that's what you need to continue to do, because you know in the end it's only going to help your masculine to become stronger. But this is also saying no to anything that doesn't charge up your heart. If you don't feel alive, Spirit's saying maybe it's time to cut ties. It's time to cut ties with anything that doesn't light your fire. Yep. The doors. Last one. Yeah, anything that doesn't emotionally charge you, charge up your heart, you've got to take a good look at that and make a decision. So this, and I'm getting here that this is also for the masculine. This masculine has finally gotten to a point in his life where he just isn't really feeling moved. He isn't feeling moved by anything or anyone, but he did feel moved by the feminine. So it's this memory of the connection that keeps him wanting to improve himself, to move towards it, to go back to it, to reclaim it. Because that's the only time in his life that he felt that. It's the only time that he felt truly alive is when he was with the feminine. And it's not a codependent energy. It's just his soul was on fire at that time. And we have unawakened masculine. But see, he was unawakened at the time. He was unawakened at the time to honor it, to treat it right, to savor it. So until he wakes up to the fact that to try to stop playing it safe, to try to just kind of go through the motions, he's not going to truly go after things that really, really serve him. So this is for the masculine and feminine, both needing to do this for ascension. See, patience is required as one twin is still struggling to gain clarity with current challenges. I'm getting here that the both of you are probably struggling a little bit. But I'm getting, because of this card is with the masculine, I do feel like this has to do with him mostly. He needs to make some sort of a judgment. He needs to step into his energy of emotions. We did see that in the very beginning. Emotionally charged. What emotionally charges him? What emotionally moves him? I'm feeling like this masculine right now is kind of in that detached energy. So patience is required on the feminine's part, in order for this masculine to go into his heart space to figure out what he truly, truly desires. And when he truly knows what he desires, because he's emotionally charged, he's going to come and get it. That is what I am seeing, divine feminine. So I know that was a super long reading, but I don't know. I was called to do it, and I really hope that it helps some people out there, especially if you are struggling. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.